He has no offers. He's a bum. You stupid, nigga. I'm going to Howard, nigga. Howard.
I'm pretty sure that we can all agree, bro, that this video right here, Dior Johnson, just did not end well. Now, the story of this man, Dior Johnson, who's currently the age of 19 years old, I ain't gonna lie, bro. His story just might be the most insane, tragic, heartbreaking, most undescribable story that me personally, bro, I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there can agree. Dior Johnson's story has to be the most insane story that I've ever heard in my entire life in the sport of high school basketball. At the time of the recording this video, this man Dior Johnson is only the age of 19 years old. He has already played in a total of 10 high schools in his high school basketball career, bro. 10 high schools in a matter of 4 years, bro. All the schools that you see listed on top of this video right here, bro, these are all the schools that this man Dior Johnson has enrolled in. And guys, I'm telling you, bro, I personally never seen anything like this. And to make things even crazier, bro, this man Dior Johnson has also committed to 3 different colleges, and he still to this day has not played in a single collegiate basketball game in his entire career. And guys, please trust me, I'm really not trying to make this video any worse than it really needs to be, but to make matters even worse and even crazier, on August of 2023, it was reported that Dior Johnson actually just got kicked out of the University of Pittsburgh by not the athletic department or not by his coach or anything like that. Dior Johnson just got kicked out of the University of Pittsburgh by the actual school themselves. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, bro, I'm really not trying to make this video any crazier than it needs to be. But guys, in all seriousness, I personally believe that there's definitely something going on that most people just do not know. Most people just do not understand. And me personally, I definitely feel like it's time to really unpack the wild, the tragic, the most insane, unpredictable, undescribable story of this man, Dior Johnson. So guys, boom, welcome back to another episode of Juice Made TV. And I know I have not dropped a video in about 2 to 3 weeks, but your boy's back. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video. Let's see how much subscribers we can actually get from this video. Let me know down below what you guys actually think about this whole story about Dior Johnson, and it's going to get straight into this video. Now, Dior Johnson was actually born on January 28th, 2004 in Kingston, New York. And there's actually many reports that Dior Johnson actually grew up with a single mother and grandmother. And I think this portion right here, in my opinion, is very, very important. This is a very piece of the puzzle, and we definitely have to dissect this here, because not just from reports, but even Dior Johnson himself, he's even stated that for most of his life, his dad really wasn't involved like that, not just in the sport of basketball, but just in his personal life. Back in 2019, I'm pretty sure some of you guys may have remembered this, but Dior Johnson actually quoted a tweet about LeBron James showing his support to the AAU team Strive for Greatness that Dior Johnson was playing for at the time. And there was a video about LeBron James showing his support and his involvement, jumping all over the court, just showing love for his AAU team, which I never honestly saw a problem with. But a lot of people, for some reason, just said if this was any other father, if this was anybody else, they would get kicked out of the facility. But Dior Johnson actually quoted this tweet saying that this is crazy to me. You guys take what this man does off the court for granted. Sounds like, hey, my dad has never been to one of my basketball games. In fact, I haven't even seen my father in 4 years. Do not let this go over your head. Now, guys, that was 4 years ago, and who knows how long it's been since Dior Johnson has actually seen or just been involved with his father. And me personally, I just want to take the time to really say that Dior Johnson is definitely a strong warrior for just doing the best that he can to be the best man that he can be so far in his early young career inside and out. And I know that Dior Johnson has definitely made some mistakes in his past, and I'm pretty sure he would actually admit that as well. But when you don't really have a father figure in your life, especially at a young age, it really can deteriorate your development, just knowing right from wrong, and just how you're just influenced by certain things as you go and as you progress in life, especially at such a young age. I definitely don't want to make this video about a whole father lesson or anything like that, but like I said, I really do feel for a guy like Dior Johnson and anybody else out there who definitely does not grow up with a father or a father figure in their life. And like I said, it really does affect you. And I just love the fact that Dior Johnson really let it be known all over social media that what LeBron James did in this video is not wrong in any way, shape, or form. Now, Dior Johnson actually played in New York for the most of his early basketball career. Then he actually moved over to the West Coast, where he played for a multitude different amount of schools. Now, prior to all this though, I would definitely say that Dior Johnson gained the most of his popularity Actually, whenever he played for Bronny James and LeBron James' AAU team, I believe it was Strive for Greatness. And obviously playing with Bronny James, you're going to get the cameras, you're going to get the spotlight, you're going to get the clout. Just playing, for every single game with this man, Bronny James. And me personally, I actually do think that Dior Johnson made the most of this spotlight and the most of the opportunity. He definitely showed flashes that he can be an exceptional transition player. He's a prolific finisher around the rim. And I definitely think he actually showed a lot of great leaderships skills, and he just showed that he can really be a great teammate to be around. Dior Johnson definitely entered his high school basketball career as one of the top players in all of high school. I mean, entering into his sophomore year, he was actually ranked as the 4th best prospect in all of the 22 high school class. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like everything was in line for him. He was around the cameras playing with Bronny. He was at LeBron James's crib eating tacos on Taco Tuesday. He was ranked as one of the most exciting and top players in his class. Like I said, I feel like at the time it was probably going to be hard for anybody in his position to mess this up. But guys, you watching this video and me personally, I definitely don't think any of us expected the rest of this man Dior Johnson's high school career to really pan out just how it eventually panned out. This tweet right here really pretty much explains the entire timeline of this man Dior Johnson high school basketball career, guys, and I have to read this. In 2017 to 2018, he attended Socrates. I don't know how to say this, I'm sorry, but he attended Socrates High School. He played up as an 8th grader. In 2018 to 2019, he actually played at IMG Academy to start his high school basketball career. In 2018 to 2019, he actually transferred back to Socrates High School, where he barely played at IMG. And then again in 2018, 2019, he played at Findlay Prep. And then in 2019 to 2020, he played for Hillcrest Prep. In 2019 to 2020, he actually enrolled at Fairfax, where it states that he actually never played for them. In the same year, I'm pretty sure you guys remember this portion of his career, he actually played for Mayfair High School, where he played with Josh Christopher, I believe. And then in 2020 to 2021, he enrolled at Oak Hill Academy. Then he transferred over to Corona Centennial, where he won a state title. In 2021 to 2022, he played at Prolific Prep, one of the top prep schools in all the country. And finally, he finished his high school basketball career at Southern California. Guys, like I said, bro, not what we expected, and just playing for 10 different high schools and having your ranking just drop every single year, it just was not a good sight for Dior Johnson's high school career. And also the fact that he dropped from the 4th best player in the country to the 42nd ranked player in the country. Guys, it's really just undescribable, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can agree with me out there that it's kind of crazy. This man Dior Johnson has so many different sagas in his life, and he's still only 19 years old. Now, like I said, this video gets even crazier. For college in 2020, Dior Johnson was actually committed to Syracuse originally, and people don't even realize this was actually his dream school that he always wanted to go to. And I actually believe that's the reason why he actually committed early. And you got to think about it. It's right where home. It's in New York. He could essentially be the star of the show. He can essentially revive the program, just because Syracuse, in my opinion, hasn't been pretty relevant in the past few years. But like I said, surprisingly, he actually decommitted a couple months later. And in 2021, he actually committed to Oregon, which we all thought was going to be the program that he was going to start his collegiate career. But then one of the players actually announced that he was going to be returning to the school. So then Dior Johnson actually decommitted from Oregon. And then finally in June of 2022, he committed to play at Pittsburgh University, where I'm pretty sure Dior Johnson himself thought that this was going to be his dream home. But guys, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This school right here in this decision, this was not his dream. This was probably his nightmare. Guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video. It helps the video out a ton, and I appreciate all the support. Now, in my personal opinion, I definitely feel like Pittsburgh is the spot where Dior Johnson's career may have took the biggest hit. And it's a point in time in his career where it ultimately may have ruined his overall basketball career. In late of 2020-22, Dior Johnson was actually involved with the law and pleaded guilty to misdemeanors for strangulation and also simple assault. And he actually had some charges that were actually dismissed, but this, in my opinion, like I said, was just not a good look for his overall career, considering the perception that I know a lot of people already had with this man Dior Johnson. I mean, at the time when this did happen, Dior Johnson actually got arrested and originally had got kicked off of the Pittsburgh basketball team. But then in December in that same year, he was actually reinstated on the team by the athletic department, and he actually ended up redshirting his freshman year and only practiced with the team so that he can get ready for the next season, which was supposed to be this season that we all thought that he was going to play in. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama, we all thought it was good. I mean, Dior Johnson, he's getting a second chance. The school let him back in. He's traveling with the team. Bleacher Report and all these mixtape media outlets, they're posting his practice highlights, getting ready, looking like he had NBA potential. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be lit, right? It's gonna be lit. But I ain't gonna lie, that's what we all thought. Just for all this to be shut down by not the athletic department or the basketball coach or anything along those lines, but all this actually got shut down by the University of Pittsburgh themselves. Like I said, it wasn't the coach or anything like that. It was the school themselves that actually kicked Dior Johnson out of the school, which obviously resulted of him being kicked off of the actual basketball team. Now, they actually never gave an official reason as to why Dior Johnson got kicked off of the team, but I ain't gonna lie, doing some research and some speculation, I actually think that this article right here really explains, and it's kind of one of the main few reasons as to why Dior Johnson actually got kicked out of the team. Now, there was an article that actually got posted, I believe earlier this year, and they actually had a chance to interview the lady that was involved with the whole Dior Johnson assault situation. And you can obviously go read this article yourselves, but to summarize it and to get the main gist of it, it pretty much talks about how schools are just prioritizing athletes and how they can get away with things over a woman that actually got assaulted. It's a pretty interesting article, I will admit, but you can see from this quote right here, Berman actually said that the Pittsburgh decision to reinstate Dior Johnson sends a message to everybody at the university that his position on the team matters more than the woman that he actually assaulted. Like I said, you can go read this entire article yourself and give your personal opinion on it. But like I said, me personally, I was not at the actual scene, so it's kind of hard for me to give my full opinion on it just because I wasn't there. You personally wasn't there either, unless if you're Dior Johnson or the girl watching this video. But it's just a sad situation all around. But in my personal opinion, if this is one of the main reasons as to why Dior Johnson got kicked out of the school, I just think Pittsburgh should have really done this a long time ago, especially whenever it actually happened. Why wait a whole year right when the season is about to start to actually make this decision? Now Dior Johnson has to scramble and find another school or another program to actually go to. Obviously, Dior Johnson is the one who kind of put himself in this position, which ultimately he has to take the blame for his own actions, and he has to take his own accountability. But just the situation that it is, like I said, it does suck on both parties. I think both sides could have definitely handled the situation a lot better. But guys, that's just me. Guys, like I said, Dior Johnson's career and his whole basketball career has definitely been one of the most interesting and most undescribable stories that I've ever heard, ever seen and ever covered in my entire life. Like I said, the fact that he had essentially no father figure throughout his entire personal life, I know that definitely took a lot on him, especially he looks like he's a family person. But like I said, he has to take accountability for some of the actions that he did place on himself. There's a lot of things that I know he personally believes that he could have handled differently, but it's life, bro. Everything happens for a reason. I don't think his career is over. The talent is definitely there. I just think he definitely has to get some stuff together, and I think ultimately we potentially could see him in the NBA. Guys, let me know down below what you guys think about this entire situation. What do you guys actually think is next for Dior Johnson? Do you see him transferring to another program? Do you see him transferring overseas? Get honest in the comment section down below. And with all that being said, guys, let me know other video ideas that you guys have, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.